explain you in a proper way. That first of all, you have created a research title, but I say that all gods are same according to the holy books of all religion. ठीक है? Now that will create a question that how. That how is being partially answered in your abstract. How partially? It's not about only partially. Like I have given you the example of promo. You will give a glimpse of what you are taking. Like for example, you will write down in the particular paper, but the name of the gods, like in the particular paper, Jesus and Shiva, God, Lord Shiva, and Muhammad, and all the gods, the major gods are being taken and they are being compared, that all the gods and their sayings and their way of life and everything was same. It was not different. It was that we are taking them in different way and following our own way of life in a such and such way. But that such and such way should not be described here. It's like all the gods are similarly described in the holy books, and how the perspectives are different, their representation in the books and their things are different. So in this paper, in the research paper, in the following research paper, this particular topic is being discussed in a detail with the perspective of the different holy books and their representation, and how the followers of the particular religion are using the particular name and philosophies in their day-to-day practices. So if you have given such kind of idea, that will create an interest in the readers, that how this idea is being represented by the research scholar, that all the gods are same and similarly represented in all the books. So they will read your paper with the whole interest, that how is it possible that all the gods are being presented in a similar way, their philosophies are similar, and the way of life which we are opting according to our geographical or economical or different circumstances, we have made them our religion. Understand what I am saying? आपने यहाँ पे क्या बोला कि जो religious practices हैं वो religious practices नहीं है, they are the things how a person was leading his life according to the geographical, weather, atmospherical, economic and other conditions of him. जैसा उसके पास condition था, वो जैसे life अपना स्टार्ट किया था, जैसे लाइफ अपना फॉलो कर रहा था, उसने उसको रिलीजन से कनेक्ट करके, अपनी पूजा पाठ को रिलीजन से कनेक्ट करके, उस प्रैक्टिस को, अपने ट्रेडिशन को रिलीजन बना दिया, रिलीजन से ट्रेडिशन नहीं बना है. राइट? हम किस सर्कमस्टेंसेस में, हम किस लैंडस्केप पे रहते हैं, हम किस वेदर कंडीशन या ज्योग्राफिकल रीजन में रहते हैं, हमारे सबके ट्रेडिशन उस हिसाब से, हमारे सबके रिलीजन उस हिसाब से. राइट? यहाँ पे तो कोई मैं गलत नहीं बोल रही ना. तो हमें केवल एक आइडिया यहाँ पे उसमें देना होता है, नॉट द होल प्रेजेंटेशन. अगर हमने ब्रीफ में अपने पॉइंटर सारे डाल दिए, तो दैट विल गिव देम अ होल आइडिया एंड दे विल नॉट टेक इंटरेस्ट इन रीडिंग योर रिसर्च पेपर. So your abstract should be like that, a teaser for them. It should be with a very interesting language, in a very comprehensive way it should be represented, and along with that all the keywords should be there. So it is very challenging to create an abstract, because abstract should have everything but should not have everything. You have to follow all, both the conditions. इसके अंदर कीवर्ड सारे आने चाहिए but content नहीं आना चाहिए. Getting my point? Yeah, it's very difficult to create an abstract. इसलिए लोग क्या करते हैं, पहले वो रिसर्च पेपर क्रिएट करते हैं एंड देन उसके बाद वो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्रिएट करते हैं कि अब इसमें क्या डाल सकते. ठीक है? अदरवाइज अगर आपके पास होल आइडिया है कि यस आई एम गोइंग टू राइट दिस कंटेंट, आपने एक फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट बनाओगे तभी आप एब्स्ट्रैक्ट लिख पाओगे, अदरवाइज आप एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नहीं लिख सकते. It is very difficult to create an abstract or like a synopsis, because in synopsis also you have to give a whole idea of your thesis, which even doesn't have even you don't have an idea what you are going to write in your thesis, but you have to give that complete idea in your synopsis and you have to follow it. तो ये बहुत difficult. Synopsis is a thing like you have to create in more than 12-13 pages, and Abstract is just something which you have to write in maximum 400 words. ठीक है. Research paper is of around 3500 words and research thesis is about 250 pages, right? So there is a huge difference, but it's like what a synopsis is for a thesis, that is abstract for a research paper. But there is a difference. In a research paper, you used to talk about one topic in a wholesome way. Your complete research about a particular topic, a small research about a particular topic is being represented in a wholesome way. But in an abstract, you are giving just a glimpse of that. Ki ha, this is a reflection. You have just make a reflection kind of a teaser. You have given matlab something being shown to sell your paper. Yes, Shaila. Yes, Shala, you have raised the hand. Shala Ayub. Okay, it's okay. So, this is like why I am calling it a teaser kind of thing, because abstract should be like that, which should create or which can create a question in the mind of the reader. That is why all the committee, when they used to call for the papers, when they used to call for the paper for presentation in their seminar or for the publication, first they ask for abstract. If they find your abstract is interesting, then only they will call for your paper. Got it? So this is something you have to show to sell your product. That is why I compared an abstract with a teaser or a promo. Got it? Understood? Yeah, what about everyone? Very silent. Good. Yes. Yes. Research paper should be of 5 to 6 pages, that is 3500 is the last limit for a research paper. Thesis should be of 180 pages to 250 max. Yes, standard word. Okay. Yeah. So, this is what it is all about. Now, abstract exists to sell your work and they could thus be compared to executive summary of a business resume on official briefing on what it most important about your research, what exactly it is most important about, or the gist of your research, like what is the gist of your research, what is your research all about. You have to give just an idea what your research is all about. Your topic should be described but not your content. Got it? If you are saying that you are talking about psychological education, then the topic should be explained. If you are saying that you are talking about the myth of Adam and Eve, your topic should be explained but not your content. In which reference you are talking about, which book you are referring to, what kind of context you are taking, what kind of book you and research paper you have reviewed for it, nothing should be disclosed. But only you are reading, you are explaining your topic, that this thing is being explained, and yes, such kind of references are being taken, but not all. You will say that how Bible is being represented, what the other book is being representing it. So the readers will take interest that how these other books are represented, because everyone know how Bible has represented Adam and Eve. But if you are taking that thing in your research paper, then everyone will be curious to know about that, how other people and other scholars or other researchers have represented it, what exactly different thing they have found about the concept of Adam and Eve. So this is how you have to create a abstract. Got it? Now the APCI, Academic Publishing and Conference International, notes that there are 12 question or point considered in the selection process for journal and conferences, and stresses the importance of having an abstract that ticks all these boxes. It's like, but how you have to write all these things, that has been answered by APCI. Okay, because it is often the only chance you have to convince the readers to keep reading. It is important that you spend time and energy crafting an abstract that faithfully representation of the central part of your study and captivates your audience. It's like you have to make an abstract very interesting, so that in a very interesting because it's like that is the only part which can keep the audience bound to keep on reading their paper. If you have seen any kind of research paper till now, I have asked you again and again that start finding research paper regarding your subject. You will get an idea about the researches in your own field. If you are doing so, then you must have found in a research paper, first it is abstract, then keywords, then introduction, start, and your research paper goes on. So before research paper, your abstract is there. If you have researched it on the website of Academia, then they used to show only abstract. If you are taking an interest, then यहाँ पे आता है see the show the whole paper. If you click on show the whole paper, then the whole paper come downside. So in that also, it's like if you are taking interest in such kind of abstract, this is of your use, down, open the paper, otherwise you can move on and you can scroll down. So this is how people are selling their product. People are asking you to research or asking you to keep on search on the basis of the abstract. If this is the topic you can search, if this is the topic you are searching for, this is the content you are searching for, then only you can find out your product or your matter, otherwise you can move on to another. This is how you also have to create your abstract, that it will be giving a complete detail about the topic, what your topic is all about, and the references you are taking. Then the reader will be bound to know, okay, the topic is this and the references are this, and what these references are saying about the particular thing. So you have to make it in a very interesting way, in 400 words only, that they will be bound to read your whole paper. Okay. If they are searching for the similar, how many of you have started searching for the research paper of your own subjects or in your own field? You have just started. What about others? Because I have asked you to give me a PPT also. Started. So you haven't done any kind, you haven't made any PPT. I have asked you to download any such paper and can give me a PPT of 5-6 slides. No one has given me. I have just found 1 or 2 PPTs. I don't know it is from your batch or from batch A, because only in the 2 batches I have given this homework. So I don't think that anyone have seriously taken it or done it. You have shared now? Yeah. I am saying that there are 2-3 PPTs I have found, not more than that, but approximately you all are around 180 students and only 3-4 PPTs. That is very bad, that none of you have taken the homework seriously. You should have taken the pain of making a PPT, otherwise it will be difficult for you. Anyways, you should start exploring, you should start learning how to make it, because again and again you cannot take the classes, and again I am not going to help you. You have to ask it to your supervisor, in what way they will help you, I don't know. But right now we are available to help you if you will try. If you are not trying, then what can I say? Okay. Now, before you start writing your abstract, what you have to do, decide which type of abstract you need to write. Okay. All abstracts are written with the, that is what we are taking. We are taking that what kind of abstract we need to write. First question is, all abstracts are written with the same essential objective, to give a summary of your study. But there are 2 basic style of abstract, descriptive and informative. What kind of abstract you are choosing? First question. So you are choosing a descriptive one, in which you are describing, like in 100 or 200 word is a short one, or 300 to 400 one is a minimum length, is a common abstract. So are you giving the information only in 1 paragraph of the length, that what your paper is all about and your keywords, or you are just trying to describe the wholesome idea of your? If you are describing a wholesome idea along with the method you are using for creating your paper, then it is descriptive. If you are using, like if it is a scientific one, then you have to talk about the methods also. If it is humanities or commerce management paper, then you have to be informative in your paper. You have to give the information about your topic and the bit about your research content, not more than that. Okay, so of the two types, informative abstract are more common and they are widely used for the submission of journal and conferences. Informative are applied for the lengthier and more technical research, are common in sciences, engineering, psychology, descriptive, that is sciences and humanities and social sciences. This is very common. But for like medical, nursing and all, we have to choose a descriptive one. Okay, for law, commerce, management, every like sciences and humanities and social sciences and sciences, we are using informative one. For nursing and medical, we are using descriptive one because there the methods are also being used. Now, second is research the abstract guidelines and requirements. Now, you have to search for what are the guidelines and requirement of the research paper they are asking. So, is there any minimum or maximum line? That is one of the question. What are the style of formatting the requirement? What are the appropriate abstract type? So, these are the three common questions which we used to take after selecting our abstract type. So, as any article about research writing will tell you that authors must always closely follow the scientific guidelines and requirements indicated in the guide for authors section of their target journal website. The same kind of adherence to convention should be applied to journal publication and consideration at the conference and even when completing a class assignment. So when we are completing all these things, we are doing it another. Yeah. Fourth question is, are there any specific content or organization rule that apply? So whosoever is asking for the research paper, they have to give you a length, that how many words or character length they want in a paper, और द इन अ पेजेस और समथिंग. वैसे पेजेस में नहीं होता, कैरेक्टर और वर्ड लेंथ ही देते हैं. जैसे मैंने कहा 3500, तो दैट इज अ वर्ड लेंथ. So style and formatting may be MLA or APA, whatever they want. That is abstract style. Abstract style is when they are telling you, then they will ask you to write an abstract of 200 words or 400 words. That will tell what kind of abstract they want. Are there any specific content or organization the rule that apply? So is whosoever is asking for the research paper, are they particular organization and they have their own rule of publication or the method of publication, then you have to follow that. Then what are the course, there are of course other rules to consider composing a research paper, but if you follow the stated rules the first time you submit your manuscript, you can avoid your being thrown in a circular file. Right of the bat, is like when you are composing a research paper, you have to follow all the rules given by the committee or the journal or the organization, because if you are not following, they will not take or pick your file to get it published or for representation. Then your next question is, identify your target readership or the readers. So in that you have to answer these questions, that are other academic in the field the main target of your study. So what can be the main target or the central target of the people of your field are studying? What is the main target or the favorite topic which they use to explore more and more? Will your study perhaps be useful for the member of the general public? It's like general public is like society. When you are composing a matter, will it be useful for the society or a general public or the common researcher when they will explore? Then will they can be benefited by the paper you are composing? Do your study result include the wider implications presented in the abstract? So whatever you are studying will include the wider implications presented in the abstract. जो भी आपने abstract में लिखा है, whatever you are writing in your abstract, in your research paper, are you dealing with that subject, that content in a proper and subjective way, in a proper descriptive way, that it will have it should have, I should say that it should have a handful of the matter should be presented in the research paper. Otherwise, the abstract is saying something else and your research paper is not justifying the abstract. That will also not be a use for the research scholar. If your research paper is not justifying your abstract, then it won't be of any kind of use to the research scholars. Are you all able to understand all these points? Okay. Next is while outlining or writing your abstract. When you are composing your abstract, what kind of information you need? Provide only relevant and useful information. Okay, that is what I'm saying, that you have to keep in mind that this is the prominent point of my research that you have to pick and have to put in your research. Otherwise, if you are not picking up the climax point or the particular important point of your research in your abstract, then your abstract will not be picked up by the committee. That should be interesting, that should be composed in a way that it is giving a handful of the information to the readers and bounding them to read further. Okay, then what is the next guideline? It is saying avoid acronyms and abbreviations. You are not allowed to write that, because in your research paper you can write down, but in your abstract you have to use the full word. Second thing, use only references to people or other work if they are well known. When you are submitting your abstract, along with your abstract, your references will go to the committee to get it select. Just give, like I have, when I was telling you that how to write a synopsis, then I told you now only in the synopsis you have to put only 20, 25, maximum 30 number of references, not more than that, which are well known and most important, right? Remember? Yes. And in your thesis, what will be the number of references you have to write down? More than 150. You have to write down more than 150 references. Whatever you have explored, you have to put that in your bibliography, right? So this is the difference in when you are composing your main paper and when you are going to submit your main paper. Your number of references should be again 10, 15, 20. But when you are submitting your abstract, your references should be only 4 to 5. That will be the most important or the first one you have explored, the well-known one. Yes, references. Yes, when you are writing your title, your abstract, and then references will be 4 to 5 with the abstract. That is the most common one. They will get to know, okay, you have referred it to compose your abstract. Then they will show the interest that yes, we want to know about the paper, because in your paper till then you will be able to explore more and you are going to give more references with the more keywords. Got it? 15 to 20 for research paper, whole research paper. For research paper, for thesis mein to you must be having that much of the references na. The books, the research paper, article or web links, whatever you have explored, you have to make a complete file of that. The bibliography sometimes used to go 10 to 12 pages. Okay, so you have to put all the references in your dashboard. You have to keep all the references, all the names of the book in one of your Word file or something, so that at the time of compilation you are not failing to keep the references. If the examiner of your supervisor sit and start telling about it or start searching about it, and if they won't be able to tally the things properly, then your thesis will be in danger, or they will ask you to find out all the references. That time you will be feeling difficulty, because at that time though even you don't know that from where you have explored or you have taken the references. So whenever you are exploring something, keep that link in your Word file. Even since now, अगर आप अपने टॉपिक से रिलेटेड कुछ भी एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हो, बुक है, कुछ भी है, उसका नाम और राइटर का नाम बस अपने वर्ड फाइल में लिखते चलो 1, 2, 3 पॉइंट डाल के. तब आपके जब तक थीसिस कंप्लीट होगी तब तक आपको बिब्लियोग्राफी में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. अदरवाइज कभी कोई कोट, कभी कोई रेफरेंस, कभी कोई सिंगल कोट, कभी कोई नाम आपके में छूट जाएगा और वो जब टैली करते हैं तो दिक्कत आएगी. सो प्लीज माइंड दैट, ये कुछ छोटी छोटी चीजें मैं बार बार बताती हूँ आपको, इन चीजों को नोट कर लेंगे अपने पास तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. दैट इज व्हाट द कोर्स वर्क क्लास मेंट फॉर. ये इसीलिए होती है कि आप लोगों को बिगनिंग में सारी चीजें सिखाई जाए कैसे करना है. अब आप उनको कितना नोट करते हो, कितना ध्यान से सुनते हो, अपने पास रखते हो, कैसे अपने उसमें एग्जीक्यूट करोगे, ये आपके ऊपर है. ठीक है. नाउ आप देखो, अब व्हेन यू आर कंपोजिंग अ रिसर्च पेपर, then in your research paper, that is the title you have written, then your abstract. After your abstract will come keywords. There comes keyword and there come reference. So this is how it will go. Okay, this is how it will go. So let me show. It's like when you are writing, it is like your title, then your abstract will be of 4-5 words, then a line of keywords, 5 to 6 कीवर्ड मैक्सिमम होते हैं. देन आफ्टर दैट रेफरेंस विल बी 4 to 5. दिस इज व्हाट योर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एब्स्ट्रैक्ट विल बी देयर. देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स you have to create the keywords. How to create a keyword? You have to see how many proper coined words you are taking. Like for example, I have said that I am creating a research paper by using the myth of Adam and Eve and the representation of the myth of Adam and Eve and many of the holy books or in the literary books or philosophical books. So if I am saying all these things, then my keywords will be Adam and Eve, Adam, Eve, Bible, myth, narratology, right? Got it? Oral tradition. These are all can be the keywords. 6 keywords हो गए, more than enough. एंड इससे ज्यादा जो ये पैराग्राफ लिखा हुआ है, इससे बड़ा आपका एब्स्ट्रैक्ट का पैराग्राफ नहीं होता, उसमें से आप 6 कीवर्ड निकाल रहे हो, मोर देन इनफ. गॉट इट? ठीक है. अगर आपको फिर भी समझ नहीं आता तो आपका सब्जेक्ट क्या है? लॉ है, मैनेजमेंट है, नर्सिंग है, लिटरेचर है, एजुकेशन है. जस्ट पुट इट लाइक लिटरेचर, एजुकेशन, नर्सिंग, देन माइक्रोबायोलॉजी, जो भी आपका सब्जेक्ट है, एक तो आप कीवर्ड उसी को बना दीजिए. देन उसके बाद उसी से जो आपका टॉपिक है, एडम ईव वो बन गया, बाइबल वो बन गया, 4 कीवर्ड्स ये बन गए. 1-2 कीवर्ड्स आपको अपने रिसर्च पेपर में से फाइंड आउट करने पड़ेंगे कि इन सब के अलावा ऑन विच थिंग योर पेपर इज फोकस्ड ऑन. जैसे मैंने क्या करा, रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ एडम एंड ईव, तो एडम और ईव क्या है? मिथ है, तो मिथ लिख दिया एक. और वो किससे क्रिएट हुए? ओरल ट्रेडिशन या नैरेटोलॉजी से, मैंने वो बना दिया. तो सिमिलरली यू कैन क्रिएट द कीवर्ड्स, बिकॉज अभी आपको पता नहीं है कि आप रिसर्च पेपर में क्या लिखोगे, तो आप इस तरीके के कीवर्ड्स वहां पे यूज कर सकते हो. गॉट इट? हाँ, जरूरी है. एब्स्ट्रैक्ट जहां एक पैराग्राफ ये खत्म हुआ, समझ लो ये आपका एब्स्ट्रैक्ट है. इफ इट इज फिनिश्ड, देन यू हैव टू राइट डाउन कीवर्ड्स, देन 6-7 कीवर्ड्स. आफ्टर दैट keyword will be a subtitle like abstract, and then you have to write down in your research paper. हाँ, definitely I'm saying na, use common words that will be used there. If you have not decided anything, if you have decided that what will be the center point of my research paper, then you will be able to create your keyword easily, right? What I have research paper is all about. Yes, like for example, I have taken a very easy example, like a representation of Adam and Eve in Bible and other books. So I have taken the keywords like Adam, Eve, Bible, myth, narratology. That's it. 4 keywords are more than enough, and 7 are maximum limit. 4 to 7 should be there. So 4 keywords, so you can take out of title only, right? That is not a difficult work. Difficult work is to create an abstract properly and interesting. Okay. Now let's come on the structure of your abstract. What can be the structure of your abstract? As mentioned above. Matlab, I'm not getting you. Take any of the research paper and try to make a PowerPoint presentation for it. Take any of the research paper of your subject. That will be easier for you because you will be able to create it. If your paper is like management or law or something, and any of the research paper is having a figure, then you have to take a complete slide for it, because that will take a figure and its description also in brief, in word description, because that is what PPT meant for. Okay. So as mentioned above, the abstract act as a surrogate or synopsis for your research paper, doing almost as much work as thousands of words that follow. It is the body of the main text. In the hard sciences and most social sciences, abstract include following sections and organization. First, each section is quite compact. It should be very compact, I told you. Only a single sentence or two, although a room of expansion, if it is the element or sentence is particularly interesting or compelling. In as the abstract is always one paragraph long, the individual section should naturally merge into one another and create a holistic effect. It's like you have to summarize your whole paper in one paragraph, so your holistic view should be there. Okay, this is how the structure of your abstract. I am just making it more large. Yes, yeah, definitely I will send it now. Like I have sent you all the notes. Yeah, I will send it to you. You can even use any of my notes, and you can make a PPT of it if you can. You can use it. You can use it. I just want to know that whether you are compatible with all these things or not, because otherwise not, I can teach you. If you are not telling me whether you are facing any problem, then I cannot teach you, and in the longer term you are going to face. Okay, because the first step is your presentation of synopsis, that is the PPT one. So how to structure your abstract is first is purpose and motivation. Purpose and motivation, you have to find out that what is the purpose of your research paper, and what kind of motivation you are giving to it. So it's like identify your purpose and motivation for doing this research. What make you decide to do this project? Why this study is important to you and the field or something? What should someone, why should someone read your entire paper? That is what you have to give in that. Then third, you have second point is you have to talk about the problem. Now first you have to make an interesting title, then you have to start with it and you have to show that this paper is regarding this, and if like someone is interested to know about the particular fact, you can use it. Then second is problem. You have to talk about the problem you are taking and the research you have done on that. Scope of your study, like you have to talk about the field and the central claim or the argument. मैंने कहा ना अपने पूरे रिसर्च में से you have to talk about what is your central idea. The peak you have to pick and you have to put there. Okay. Then approach. What will be your approach? Discuss the approach including method and material. That should be only one liner. That detail your research method. You cannot write a detail of your research method in an abstract, but a one liner detail you have to give, that for the particular research you are following a qualitative or quantitative research and have collected the data from various sources. Okay, that is the only line can come there. Briefly present evidences to support your claim. That is what I have said, that talk about the main references about it. Okay? You have to talk about the main references you are taking. Highlight the most important sources. That is what I have told you. Now, last is your result. Why did your study yield to the concrete term? How did result compare to your hypothesis? Were there highly unexpected outcome, or were they largely predicted? So summarize your result, whether your results are based on the particular hypothesis you have created and you are able to find out the result. So you have to put a question like thing in a abstract, so that the student or the viewers or the readers will take interest. For this thing, I can do one thing, that fine, I will share a abstract with you. I have written that, and that will give you an idea how to create a research abstract in which you are asking a question and also giving an answer. Okay, fine, I'll share mine one. Then your conclusion. State your conclusion, that whether the hypothesis is being proved or not. That is what you have to say in that. Okay, that ultimately your paper is all about that thing. You have to talk about the wider, is like a very hazy idea about your result you have to give, and not the clear one, because otherwise they will kill the interest. And what other kind of studies would yield further solution of the problem? What other information is needed to expand knowledge in other area? So whether the student should explore before making a mind about the particular area, like some in about Adam and Eve, we have a fixed notion that okay, they are the biblical character and the first man and woman. But when we get to know about the various scientific ideas about evolution of earth and various animals and man with the evolution of species, Charles क्या नाम था उसका, evolution of species is in 1869, Charles Darwin. Yes, Charles Darwin. So he has given a different idea that how man has evolved. That is like the complete, that has put the big question mark on authenticity of Bible. So there are different aspects to know about the things, not the one. So this idea, this notion should be there in a like in an abstract. Otherwise your abstract will be seen as a baseless one. Okay, understood? Good, good. So this is the, again I think this is all been repeated here. Discuss the approach and idea and all, we have done it. So this is your idea how you have to create your research paper. Okay, this is how you have to create your abstract and your research paper. So yes, so now if you find any kind of problem, just feel free to message me or ask. Second one is informative. If you are a student of nursing or medical, then descriptive. Because no, they can write, but if they are the student of medical and nursing, then they have to talk about the methodology or instrument they are going to use in your research. So that will be descriptive. Because in informative we are not disclosing all the cards, but they have to talk about it to show their authenticity. Law and engineering or everyone, it is only informative. Yeah, it is only informative. Everything is informative. Yes, because for medical and nursing student, sometimes their references are also not in AP and MLA. Their references are also being asked to write in Chicago. Yeah, Chicago style. So that is why their abstract style will also be differ. Otherwise, if they are creating any qualitative paper, then they can also use informative. If they are creating any practical or paper in which they have to show some kind of laboratory work or like quantitative research, they have to talk about the data or something, then they have to use the descriptive one. Because the method and instrument, whatever they are using for that, they have to talk about, right? In medical, if someone is representing a research paper on cancer patient, then it cannot be informative, na? That should be descriptive, right? Yeah, you are from microbiology medical, then you have to write down descriptive. Okay, if you are taking any research paper which is only about the behavior of a patient, then you can use informative. But if you are talking about the disease of a patient, then you have to write down descriptive. Okay, yeah. I think now it should be very quite clear to all of you how to write your abstracts, right? Yeah. And along with that, I will share